Lily's heart pounded as she stared at the mysterious text message, "Meet me at the old oak tree tonight at 8 p.m. Come alone." She had no idea who sent it or why, but her curiosity and a strange sense of urgency drove her to go. Lily arrived at the old oak tree, her mind racing with possibilities. Could it be a prank? Or perhaps a secret admirer? She waited anxiously until she saw a figure approaching in the dim light. To her shock, it was Sarah, her best friend who had moved away and grown distant. "Sarah, what's going on? Why the secrecy?" Lily asked, her voice trembling with a mix of excitement and confusion. "I wanted to apologize in person," Sarah began, her eyes filled with remorse. "I know I've been a terrible friend. Moving away was hard for me, and I didn't know how to deal with everything. But that's no excuse for ignoring you." Lily felt a mix of relief and hurt. "I missed you so much, Sarah. It felt like you just disappeared from my life." Sarah stepped closer, tears in her eyes. "I missed you too, Lily. I was scared you'd hate me for how I acted. But seeing you here now, I realize how much our friendship means to me." Jessica sat at her desk, staring at the unopened gift. It was a beautiful box wrapped in gold paper, a ribbon tied perfectly. She had received it a week ago from her colleague, Michael, but she hadn't found the time to open it. Every day, Michael would glance at her desk and she would smile back, too busy to acknowledge the gift. Her workload was overwhelming, and she felt the pressure to keep up. One evening, as she was about to leave the office, she noticed Michael still at his desk, looking tired. "Hey, Michael, why don't you go home?" she asked. "I'm waiting for my ride," he replied with a weary smile. Jessica felt a pang of guilt. She sat down beside him and finally opened the gift. Inside was a small framed picture of their team, taken at the last office party. There was also a note, "Thank you for always being there for us." Jessica's eyes welled up with tears. She had been so caught up in her work that she forgot the simple joy of being appreciated. She looked at Michael and said, "Thank you. This means a lot to me." Michael's face lit up. "You're welcome, Jessica. We appreciate everything you do." That night, Jessica realized that sometimes it's the little things that matter the most. The unopened gift was a reminder to slow down and appreciate the people around her. In a bustling classroom, students were turning in their homework. A girl sat at her desk, tears in her eyes as she realized she had forgotten her assignment at home. Her classmates snickered, and the teacher sighed, preparing to mark her down. A boy from the back of the room stood up and walked to the front. "Miss Jenkins, I have an extra copy of the assignment. She can use mine," he said, handing over the papers. The teacher looked surprised but nodded. "That's very kind of you," she said, taking the assignment. The girl looked up, shocked. "Thank you," she whispered. The boy smiled. "We all forget things sometimes. It's no big deal." The classmates who had laughed felt a pang of guilt, realizing they had missed an opportunity to be kind. In that moment, the class learned a valuable lesson. Kindness and understanding go a long way, and we all have the power to make someone's day a little brighter. Emily's heart raced as she discovered a sparkling diamond bracelet in Jake's jacket pocket. He had been acting strange lately, and she feared the worst. Was he cheating on her? Emily couldn't stop the flood of tears. She had to confront him. That evening, as Jake walked through the door, she held up the bracelet. "Who is she, Jake?" He looked at her, confused. "What are you talking about?" "This bracelet. Who did you buy it for?" Jake sighed, taking the bracelet from her gently. "Emily, this is for you. I wanted to surprise you for our anniversary." Her face softened as she realized her mistake. "I'm so sorry, Jake. I've been so worried." Jake hugged her tightly. "It's okay, Em. I love you. Never doubt that." Emily learned that trust and communication are crucial. Jumping to conclusions only causes pain. She vowed to trust Jake more and cherish their love. Lily discovered an old photograph of Jack with a woman she didn't recognize. Was there someone else in his past he never mentioned? Her mind raced with possibilities. That evening, she couldn't hold back. "Jack, who is this?" Jack took the photo and smiled wistfully. "That's my sister, Claire. She passed away before we met." Lily's anger turned to sorrow. "I'm so sorry, Jack." Jack hugged her gently. "It's okay. I should have told you about her sooner. She was very special to me." Lily learned that everyone carries unseen burdens. She vowed to be more understanding and patient, knowing that love means supporting each other through everything, known and unknown. At the crowded bus stop, a teenager frantically searched his pockets. "My wallet's gone," he exclaimed, panic in his voice. A businesswoman, clearly in a hurry, sighed and looked away. Others murmured but offered no help. An elderly lady with a shopping bag noticed the boy's distress. "What does it look like?" she asked gently. "It's brown, with a dinosaur sticker," the boy replied. Tears welling up, the lady began searching around, her pace deliberate and calm. Moments later, she spotted the wallet near a bench. "Is this it?" she asked, holding it up. "Yes. Thank you so much," the boy cried, relief washing over him. The businesswoman glanced over, a hint of shame crossing her face. She had been too focused on her own worries to help. The elderly lady smiled. "Always good to keep an eye out for others. You never know when someone needs a little help." David stood in front of the old, abandoned house, clutching a letter from his late grandfather. The letter promised a secret that would change his life forever. Inside, the house was dusty and dark. David's heart raced as he followed the cryptic instructions, leading him to a hidden attic door. There, he found a treasure chest filled with old photographs, journals, and a small, locked box. The journals revealed stories of his grandfather's youth, filled with dreams and adventures. In one of the final entries, his grandfather spoke of a great love he had lost and never spoken about. The key to the locked box was taped inside the journal's back cover. Opening the box, David found a locket with a photograph of a young woman and a heartfelt letter addressed to her. His grandfather had kept his love for her a secret, but in his final wishes, he asked David to find her and deliver the letter. David tracked down the woman, now living in a small town. Handing her the letter, he saw tears of joy and sorrow in her eyes. She thanked him, sharing stories of his grandfather's kindness and love. David realized that true love and memories are timeless treasures. The journey taught him the value of family, love, and the importance of honoring the past to understand the present. Lily was furious when she saw the graffiti on her locker. Her favorite photos were defaced, and her books were scattered. Who would do this? She fumed, her anger boiling over. Her teacher, Ms. Adams, approached her gently. "Lily, can I tell you a story?" Reluctantly, Lily nodded, wiping away a tear. Once, a young girl was bullied every day at school. Ms. Adams began. She was teased and pushed around until one day she decided to fight back. She planned to vandalize the bully's locker. Lily's eyes widened. Did she do it? No, Ms. Adams said with a smile. She noticed a photo in the bully's locker, a picture of the bully and her little brother. The bully looked happy, and the girl realized that everyone has a story, and often, people hurt others because they are hurting inside. Lily's anger began to dissolve. So what did she do? She decided to be kind instead, Miss Adams replied. She left a note saying, "I hope things get better for you." The bullying stopped, and they eventually became friends. Lily took a deep breath. Maybe the person who did this is hurting too. Ms. Adams nodded. Kindness can be a powerful antidote to pain. Lily decided to leave a kind note on her vandalized locker, hoping to break the cycle of hurt. She felt a weight lift from her shoulders, knowing she had chosen compassion over anger. In a quiet village, a little boy named Tim loved to sit under a large, ancient tree. He believed the wind whispered secrets to him through the rustling leaves. One day, Tim heard the wind say, "Share your dreams, and they will come true." Inspired, Tim told his parents about his dream to build a playground for the village children. His parents shared his dream with their neighbors, and soon, everyone joined in to make it a reality. As the playground came to life, Tim realized the wind's true message: when dreams are shared and pursued together, they become possible. Moral dreams are more likely to come true when we share them with others and work together to achieve them. Tom was known as the grumpiest man in the neighborhood. He snapped at children, ignored greetings, and seemed to live in a constant cloud of anger. One day he found a small note slipped under his door. It read, "Thank you for keeping our street clean." Tom was puzzled. He had always picked up litter out of habit, never thinking anyone noticed. The next day he found another note, "Your roses are beautiful. They make our walk to school brighter." Tom had tended his garden meticulously, but no one had ever commented on it. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to find out who was leaving these notes. After a week of watching, he spotted a little girl sneaking up to his door with a paper in her hand. He approached her gently. "Why are you leaving these notes?" She smiled shyly. "My mom says everyone is good in them, and we should let them know when we see it." Tom's heart softened. For the first time in years, he felt seen and appreciated. He began to greet his neighbors, smile at the children, and even share gardening tips. The little girl's kindness had melted the grumpiness away, revealing the warmth he had long forgotten. Sarah was running late for her big job interview when she realized she had lost her house key. Panicked, she retraced her steps but found nothing. As she sat on the curb, feeling defeated, a little boy approached her, holding up a shiny key. "Is this yours?" he asked with a hopeful smile. Sarah's eyes widened. "Yes." "Where did you find it?" The boy explained. "I saw it glinting in the grass when I was playing. I thought someone might need it." Sarah thanked him profusely and made it to her interview just in time. She got the job and later returned to the boy with a small gift, saying, "You saved my day. Thank you." The boy beamed, and Sarah realized that sometimes even the smallest acts of kindness can change someone's life.